Hello Gemini, this is your year ahead reading for 2022. Keep in mind these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. But before we get into the energy of 2022, let's take a moment to close out 2021. So I'm going to pull a house card for the lessons that you learned in 2021. What was the main life area or focus for you in 2021? And so you're getting the 6th house, which is the house of responsibility, discipline, health, well-being, work, right? Let's pull a card for what challenged you in 2021 and what supported you or your highlight for 2021. So we'll do one card for your challenge and one card for your highlight. Okay, so what challenged you in 2021 is you're showing up with the Page of Swords. And so that there it feels like a lot of caution, hesitancy, maybe a bit of overthinking, overanalyzing. And there's nothing wrong with being cautious, but then sometimes when you become too cautious, then you're not actively making a choice in your life. You're kind of playing a passive role, and then sort of allowing the things to kind of other things, other people, the external world kind of make those choices for you. So it's good to take a step back. It's good to observe. It's good to pause, but make sure that you're the one who is making the choices instead of allowing other people or other energies make the choices for you. Now, what's coming up in your highlight is the moon, and this is kind of like a strong sense of connection with your intuition, just knowing trusting in your gut feeling, trusting in your inner guidance. And so that supported you throughout these challenging phases where you found yourself overthinking, you found yourself being too cautious, and you surrendered to your intuition and you were able to make choices based off of what felt right for you. So while this was a challenge for you, this supported you in overcoming this. All right, so let's pull a few cards for the energies that you're working to release in 2021. What are you working to release in 2021? All right, so right now, as you move into 2022 or prepare to move into 2022, you're working to release any guilt, shame, for choosing you, for those moments where you chose you, for those moments where maybe the past you might have automatically given to other people, whereas in 2021 you started to kind of shift and learn and practice how to put yourself first, but then also try to not be guilty about that, because it's a big shift for you. It's a big change for you. It wasn't something that you're used to because you kind of have been conditioned to overgive or say yes all the time. And so you're struggling with the transition of being empowered by this change that you've chosen to put yourself first. And so there's that guilt attached to that. So before moving into 2022, you're working on trying to release any energy regarding to having the guilt or feeling guilt for choosing yourself, right? Next, you have the perseverance. And this for you, I think 2021 was a 5 universal year. So there was a lot of changes, a lot of purging, a lot of lessons, a lot of opportunities for us to kind of break through our limiting beliefs. And so you are working to continue to persevere throughout all the obstacles. You're working to shift your perspective in seeing obstacles as opportunities. You're working to see how these obstacles are actually bringing out the best in you. And you're learning how to trust yourself, trust your decisions, trust your intuition, and make choices based off of that. As much as we all want to take logical, rational choices, there's only so much you can assess logically to make a choice, because sometimes we just don't have all the facts, right? So following the guidance of our intuition closes that gap to make sure that we're making choices that are aligned with us rationally and aligned with us spiritually. So let's pull 3 more cards for the energies that you're working to release. You got surrender to your soul's path. Surrender procrastination. And surrender obsessive thinking. I was going to say overthinking, but pretty much the same. So when it comes with the energy of guilt here, the guidance, the reminder is that you are an infinite soul having a human experience. And during our time here, as we learn what it's like to live in this physical world, we're conditioned to believe that we're supposed to follow certain types of structures and rules. And this experience that you're having, where you're learning how to honor yourself, is really that surrender, that trust in knowing your worth as a spirit, as a soul. And just allowing yourself to have that, giving yourself permission to care for you, right? For the perseverance, where it says surrender procrastination, this may be about like new opportunities, new challenges, new changes that are happening for you, that maybe you might have procrastinated from taking on, from here with the Page of Swords again, that cautious energy, where the reason why you were procrastinating wasn't because you couldn't do it, because you can persevere, but because you had this belief in yourself that, what if I'm not ready? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I'm not capable? And so it's like really learning how to trust yourself, trust your capabilities, know what you can do, and know that you're capable of figuring it out if you don't know what to do, right? And so you're learning how to kind of transmute this and shift this out to be ready into entering into 2022. All right, so let's clear this board or the table. And let's now pull cards for 2022. So let's pull a card for what life area will you be focusing in 2022. What will be your main focus in 2022? All right, so you got the 8th house, the house of transformation. It's like there's inner work that happens when you're focusing on the 8th house. There's there's external values, right? Tangible, physical values, but then there's also the core values, your inner foundation that you may be changing or assessing, reviewing, revising in 2022. So let's pull now a card for what will be challenging you and what will be supporting you in 2022. Okay. So what will be challenging you in 2022 is the 5 of Wands, which usually you can read this as conflict and struggle, inner conflict, inner struggle, as well as outer conflict and outer struggle. With it being a fire element, this could be a struggle with or challenged. You may feel challenged in certain situations where something may not be aligning with your spiritual beliefs, with your values, and that's gonna cause some conflict within you. At the same time, 5 is also a number of change, and another interpretation of this card is like sparring or practicing. So something that could also be challenging you is shifting and making changes in how you're wanting to do new things, or showing up as this new version of you compared to the version that you were in the previous year. There's gonna be a struggle there, or a challenge there, because with any time that we're shifting from our old version, our past selves, into our new selves, there's that transition point before we can fully integrate into our new self, right? So there may be some struggle with that, or some challenge with that you will want to be a bit kinder to yourself, and try not to expect all these changes that you're making to happen overnight, because these are deep rooted conditioning that you're working out of to shift. For the highlight here is the Devil, which is a very interesting, supportive energy. And I think this means that you're actually finally gonna give yourself permission to indulge. Because maybe in the past, you kind of told yourself, oh, maybe on a special occasion, like when you're waiting for that special occasion before you do X, Y, and Z, or allow yourself to enjoy something. Now you're like, you know what, life is short. I'm not gonna wait, for giving myself a reward for when X, Y, and Z is accomplished. Like I am worthy, I'm deserving of having what I want right now. So in that sense, this is you really learning how to nurture your needs and be there for yourself. And I don't see that this will be too much, but then of course, since it is the Devil energy, just be sure that you are aware of when you might be doing that too much, if that makes sense. So Gemini, if this reading resonated for you, there is an extended where we take a deeper look into this energy and explore how these energies may influence aspects of your life and peek into the energy of each month of the year. So if you'd like to continue on to the extended, the link to access it is in the description box below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to get notified when new readings are posted. All right, Gemini, I am wishing you all the best and a prosperous new year.